Hey there, welcome to tip number 18 in our continuing series, Leverage the Science of Happiness to Increase Performance, Productivity, and Profitability. If you've got this book, awesome. These videos are designed to complement them and help you move through the tips. And if you don't have the book and you want to get a copy, just go to happinessatworknow.com where you can download a copy for free. All right, so let's get into tip number 18, which is performing acts of kindness. Now, the way to do this, okay, one way to think about this is to perform one act of kindness every day for 1 week, right? So you would do, 5 to 7, depending on how you want to count your week, 5, 6, 7 acts of kindness, one each day. Or you could perform like 5 acts of kindness in 1 day. It's totally up to you. Right? You can do it either way. Now, there's so many different ways to do this, right? So sometimes people get overwhelmed when they're like, wait, I got to perform 5 in 1 day, or I got to do 1 every day for a whole week. That's a lot. Well, it is and it isn't. It depends how you choose to do it, right? Remember, acts of kindness can be so simple. So for example, some acts of kindness are completely cost-free and they don't require much time at all. For example, hold the elevator for someone getting in at work, right? Who's running it looks like they're running late. Like hold the elevator for them. That's an act of kindness. Or compliment a stranger. That's an act of kindness. That took all of what? Like 3 nanoseconds out of your day to do either of those things, right? So, and it cost you nothing. But I promise they'll feel good and you'll feel good. And I'll get to all that in a minute. So some acts of kindness can be so simple, cost-free, very little time. Others may have a minimal cost. For example, you could buy a coffee for the person in front of you or behind you in line when you're at the coffee shop. You could pay the toll for the car behind you, right? But I mean, we're talking about a couple of bucks, right? $2, $3. Well, it depends where you buy coffee, I suppose. But you get my point. It doesn't have to be expensive, right? And then there are other acts of kindness where, yes, it might require just a little extra time. For example, helping a friend with a project or mentoring a colleague, right? These are things that would continue over time, obviously, and those would require more time for you. So you can pick and choose what you're doing, but all of these items that I just mentioned, some of them so simple and taking just a few seconds, they're still acts of kindness, okay? Now, why do we care about acts of kindness? Well, performing acts of kindness boosts our sense of well-being and increases our happiness and all those positive emotions. And like so many of these tips, when we increase our positive emotions, guess what? Our cognitive ability increases. We think faster, more creatively. We're able to have different perspective and how to problem solve in ways that we couldn't before. And so all of that contributes to your performance and your productivity. Now, the other thing, of course, that happens with acts of kindness is that the other person feels so good. And what's been found to be true here is that it creates a domino effect. So if I perform an act of kindness to you, you're going to feel so good about it. And it's going to make you think, oh, that was really nice. Let me do that for someone else. And so you create this very cool chain. And guess what? A lot of people in like an upward spiral of positive emotions just by doing simple acts of kindness. So this was tip number 18, acts of kindness. So go do an act of kindness every day for a week or perform 5 in 1 day. Up to you. Pick whichever you would like. It all works. So tip number 18, acts of kindness in our continuing series, leverage the science of happiness to increase performance, productivity, and profitability. If you want the book, just go to happinessatworknow.com and you can download your copy for free right there. All right, I'll see you in tip number 19.